country style ribs. And these things are looking good. Oh yeah. Well, all right, welcome back to Living Life with Jerry and Mel. This is the continuation of the last episode. I'm going to really work hard to try to get me a deer in this episode. But you know, you just can't never tell. I'm going to focus on it. I found me a good spot, as you saw in the last episode. The tactics I've been using so far this season worked great last year, but this is a different year, right? So, you know, I'm going to settle in. I'm going to have me a little lunch here now. Acorns are just falling like crazy. Give me a little rest, and I'm going to be back in the woods by 3 o'clock and hunt till dark tonight. Ease in, just like the wind. Be a puff of smoke in, quiet, getting out. If I don't get nothing tonight, I'll be back there in the morning. I'm going to focus on that area for the next 2 or 3 days and see what happens. I'm going to abandon my hunting in the fields and you know, knowing that I may or may not see anything. But I'm really not seeing that much anyway, hunting the fields. And it's just time for me to get serious. So stick with me, wish me some luck, and hopefully I can show you a deer. Well, all right, tonight was an awesome night in the woods. I think I'm in a pretty good hot spot. Didn't see a whole lot of action till about 30 minutes before dark, and I saw some movement way down to my left. Pulled up my binoculars, and there was 4 deer down there. Ends up they were all does, but all it takes is that one buck to be right in the area, you know. So all right, well, I'm calling it. I'm exhausted, and I'm gonna get some sleep so I can get up in the morning 10 minutes after 5 so I can get in the stand early. So we'll see you in the morning. All right, wish me luck. Heading to the woods right now. Need to move that. All right, well, it was a beautiful morning. I got into the woods really early this morning. I sat there for an hour before you could see anything to shoot. It was cool, but it wasn't cold, and the wind wasn't blowing. I scared nothing off as I walked into the woods. But as the morning kept going, the wind did pick up a little bit, but it didn't really make it cold or anything. What it did was it sounded like the acorns shooting down were BBs. They were all over the place. I did see one buck came out from in front of me up, and you've already seen that. And that's all I saw this morning, but I do think I'm in a good spot over there. Sometimes when you're in an area that a buck is in, there may not be a whole lot of does there, because he's run them all off. All right, well, I'm gonna get settled in this morning. I've got some coffee brewing in there, and I'll be ready to go this afternoon. I may go ahead and cut up that other wood up there. As you saw, there was a tree that had fallen across the road that I have going down to that stand. And I just wanted to cut that up because it's a mess trying to climb over that in the dark and going around it and stepping all over things to scare off the deer. So I got rid of that. I wish that part of my plan was to clean up. There's a road that goes all the way around. It makes a circle. And I just didn't get to that part this year. I just had so much other stuff. So anyway, let's go back inside the cabin, warm up a little bit, and have some coffee, and I'll see you a little later this afternoon. Looking good. Well, all right, I'm back on the road for a little bit. It doesn't matter where you're at, if you're at home or you're on vacation, there's one thing that you accumulate, and that's garbage. So I got a bag of garbage in the back here that I'm gonna take to the dump, And also while I'm up here, I'm gonna stop in, get a couple of supplies at the old faithful Dollar General. And there's a little place up here that says that they have fresh meats. So I'm gonna see if they got any decent looking steaks. So hang with me. I just thought of a little story I wanted to tell. Because I was just thinking, you know, I'm too busy. I used to would be able to slow down and take a nap. You know, when I was a kid, you'd hunt in the morning, you'd get back and you'd eat some lunch, and then you would take a nap. My dad called it time for a poca siesta. You know, I really don't even know what that means. That's just what he would say. So anyway, I thought that was funny. All right, got the garbage taken off. Got a few supplies at the Dollar General. I stopped in and checked those steaks, and they looked really good, but just a little too pricey for my blood. I'll have to figure something else out. Also notice in this shirt here, I'm burning up, and I looked at 75 degrees. I think in a couple of days, we're supposed to have a high of 42 and lows in the 20s. So this is insane. But all right, I'm going to get back to the cabin, get a little rest in if I can, and then go hit the woods one more time. Yay. All right. Well, all right, it was just another beautiful evening. You couldn't have asked for it to be any better. It was perfect, except I didn't see any deer till I got up to the truck. There was 2 in the field. I saw a big fox squirrel, and 2 raccoons came walking in, and I heard a bunch of turkeys fly up, so I'll have that to deal with in the morning. But it just was absolutely perfect, you know. So I may just have to look at it. Maybe I do fields in the evening and over there in the morning. I don't know. There is so much food over there. I mean, under my tree, I will bet you if you went out 5 or 10 feet and made a circle on a tree, I'll bet you there's 1,000 acorns. I've never seen so many acorns ever. All right, well, I'm gonna go in here and probably get me a shower. Then I've got those wings that I had grilled up earlier today. That'll be my supper. I'll probably just settle in for a little while. No need for a fire tonight. It's about 68 degrees right now. But yeah, get to bed early. Tyler's coming down tonight, so he'll be hunting with me tomorrow. And see if I can't dream of a way to get one, you know. I need some luck. I guess I'm gonna need some luck tomorrow. So anyway, hang in there. Also, I've been seeing a lot of videos for outhouses. Well, there you go. I'll bet you that one's been there 80, 90 years. Yeah, it's sunk a little bit though. So Jerry, why are you here and not in the woods? Well, this morning my alarm clock went off, or my phone alarm went off, and I hit the snooze. I said, well, I'm gonna lay here 10 more minutes. And the next thing I knew, I'd been laying there another 2 hours. Oh well. I've been down here almost a week, and I was just wore out, I guess. I couldn't get up. Anyway, so I'm out here this morning. It was about 42 degrees earlier this morning, so it wasn't really cold. But Tyler went out, so he's hunting. Good luck to him. It's been a beautiful morning for him, it looks like, so I'm wishing him luck right now that he gets something. He decided to go hunt my stand that I just went back to. So we'll see if he sees anything this morning. Maybe he has better luck than I did. Well, here's that pile of logs. It won't take me long to cut this up. It's just getting out here and doing it. There's a lot more over here too, but I'm not going to tackle that today. Of course, all of that brush, that can all be burned in our campfire. All right, well, I'm gonna go back in the cabin now, stoke up the fire. The fire feels really good in there this morning, and mainly to refill my coffee. Well, after I had a cup of coffee, I was like, man, it's still early. Go get in the woods. So here we go. Wish me luck. I dropped my vest and my seat pad, and I couldn't do this again in 100 years. My seat pad got caught there. All right, let's get down. Let's get down. I'm going to make a little detour up through here. I've got a camera. I need to put the card back in and see if anything's happening on this side of the property. Well, you can see the remnants of an old deer stand there. Long time ago. If the hogs ever decide to come back, we are ready for them. This old tree here, every year, there's some sign. Looks like a scrape there and one here. And then on the other side, there's another one. There's a scrape, and you can see where the deer have broke off those leaves. No one's hunted over here this year. This may be a hot spot. It's pines. Maybe where a buck is hanging out. Let's walk on. Well, I know it's empty. Deer just aren't eating this corn. You can see where some turkeys have been scratching around here. Well, I'm gonna put my card back in this camera anyway and see what happens. Yep. These areas are usually really good for hunting. I think that you can't discard an area like this right here yet. It may be good for late season. Once the easy pickings on the acorns are gone, they'll be back, I think. Oh, you could get lucky and a buck come from 2 miles away chasing a doe through this area. But that would just be luck, and I'm not having much luck so far. So anyway, we do have a stand right here. It's a good one too. Well, I would say right now, really, even though I saw a little sign over there, this wouldn't be plan B at this point. I'm going to stick with plan A. And I'm going to go back to the cabin and see if I can remember what plan A was. All right. Here we go. How'd that Guinness bottle get in a tree? All right, well, I guess one thing that you've noticed on my video so far, first off, we're not going to post just straight up kill shots. But secondly, it's not like a professional hunting show where every show there's 2 or 3 of something getting killed, you know. This is real life, you know. This is how it really is for most hunters. A lot of the times you don't get something, but when you do, it makes it special. So, all right. Back to the cabin. Well, all right, I'm gonna go down here and hunt my planted field. I decided to do that tonight. My nephew got his first deer down here last weekend. It was a 9-pointer. He shot it twice. And he said it weighed in at 550 pounds. I'll put a picture in right here. It was a nice deer, nice buck, especially for your first one, you know. I think he was a little excited though when he said 550 pounds. All right, well, everybody's getting them but me. There's been some activity here. You can see up here. Oh, and a lot of people say you shouldn't get that close to a scrape. Well, there's a breeze right now, so if I did touch it by accident, it'd be gone pretty quick. But the most important thing, I always wear rubber boots. All right, let's get down here, and I'm gonna start getting serious about this hunting. Yeah. You know, I'm getting no action tonight, and I didn't figure I would, really. But there's some clouds rolling in here that look like the clouds that preceded the alien invasion ships on the movie Independence Day. Check it out. Good morning. Well, I got woke up this morning about 4:30 with the rain pounding on the roof of the cabin here. We got a tin roof, and I had heard that the rain was coming in, and there was thunder. It was pretty loud, so I said I'm not going to play any games this morning, you know. So I just reached over and turned off the alarm. But anyway, last night I only saw two, right at dark, two deer, a little spike, a small doe, and they were just walking, and they walked into the woods, and that was it. Not a turkey, not a goose, maybe a squirrel, I don't know. But one thing's for sure, I'm not going to get one by staying in the bed all the time. Tyler got up and went, so he just sent me a text, said all he's seen is 17 turkeys. I hope these turkeys are around during turkey season, if you know what I mean. But anyway, it's still raining a little bit, but it's going to be a good afternoon, I believe. So I think I'm just going to sip my coffee and just kick back for a little while, you know. And that's it.
Sit. Give me. Hey. Mister. She could go for hours.
Well, all right, I'm trying something different. I'm driving back to hunt some of my backside stands. And I've got a new old dead pine that's fallen across the road. If I had to, I can get around it, but I'm just going to walk from here. So, wish me luck. I think this stand's grown into that tree a little bit. Well, all right, I'm back at the cabin. It's good and dark. I'm the first one back, but I was hunting the closest. Well, I don't know if I was the closest actually. Today I tried to go, I was going to go to the very back side, and I got about halfway there on the four-wheeler, not even halfway there, and another big tree had fallen across the road, just a dead pine this time. So I decided to hunt what we call the holler stand. Got over there, and just looking around, and you'll see it on the video, there's just trees that was knocked down everywhere. And they of course went across the road. I did make a path to get around them, and my plan was to have cut some of that up this year, but I got so consumed by this other tree I didn't even have a chance. So anyway, I didn't make it to the back side. I made it about 3/4 of the way, and didn't see a deer. Walking back to the four-wheeler, I saw 2 does, a mother and a baby, but that's of course not what I'm trying to get. So I think, you know, between the food situation, with there being so many acorns, of course, that means they're just not coming to the field. They're not coming to the corn feeders because of the food. And for the last week, we've had a full supermoon. So they're eating all night. There's no need really for them to be really moving, you know. So I would say it's a rough one. I'm going to get up and hunt in the morning, I think. Depending on, there's some thunderstorms moving in right now, but should be past. And then I'll probably go home and take a break. I have hunted more for so little success this year than I ever have in my life, and I was really looking forward to that. But like right now, also another thing, it's 75 degrees out here, you know, 3rd weekend of deer season. So anyway. All right, well, I think I'm going to get us some food on the grill here, and then we'll see what happens in the morning. Good morning. Well, it was really a rough week of hunting for me. It's probably the roughest 2-week span I've ever seen, you know, where I'm just not seeing deer. But there was just a lot going against us. You know, the weather's been bad. Last week the weather was really, really bad. This week it cleared up, had good cool weather, no wind, but we had a full moon every night. And also, yeah, let me keep on making excuses. Also, a deer can actually lay down and within a 10-foot radius could eat enough acorns and just lay there. So they're just not moving. So I'm heading home. I've got to take a break, you know. And you know, maybe next time I go down it's going to be better. It can't be any worse. So anyway, sorry that I'm not really having any action, but I am having some beautiful scenery if you don't get to get out and see that. But you know, unfortunately there's no deer action for you. This morning I saw 2. But leaves are falling like crazy. But anyway, if you watched to this point, I sure appreciate you. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on Living Life with Jerry and Mel. Take care.